Our French politics editor, Mark Perlman. Good afternoon, Mark.
Good afternoon.
From that clip which we just saw there, you saw Benalla, where, very somber. He's trying to present himself as someone who respects the rules, isn't he? And not some just cowboy.
Yes, this was an important moment for him because he was grilled for 2.5 hours, and he really tried to project the image of someone who abides by the rules and the procedures and who's not a young cowboy doing whatever he wants inside or outside the Élysée Palace because he's close to Emmanuel Macron. He said, I was trained, I was recruited, and I was paid according to very strict rules. And the only time when he was a bit uncertain was the reason why he carried a gun, which we just saw. But he stressed, he said, I never was the bodyguard of Emmanuel Macron. I was never in charge of his security. This was handled by professionals, and I never interfered with them. Because the senators were trying to see if he had basically carte blanche inside the Élysée to do whatever he wanted. However, there was clearly an elephant in the room, is the May Day incident, because there is a formal investigation into this, so the senators couldn't ask him about this. So this has nothing to do with the Senate hearing in the US, for instance, where he had aggressive questioning. This was rather polite because it's very unusual here in France.
Now, why is this whole Benalla Gate affair so sensitive for the President Emmanuel Macron?
It is sensitive, clearly, because there is this notion that within the Élysée Palace, things are being done according to personal sympathies rather than according to strict rules and procedures. And the president, who really has established himself as someone who really wants to behave like a normal, an abnormal president, unlike François Hollande, who was seen as the normal president, really, for him, it's important, this image. And this notion that he is presiding over an administration where people can do whatever they want is really damaging to him. And there's this suspicion that it's because he's very friendly with Alexandre Benalla. So this is why we had Emmanuel Macron take a very unusual step and actually call the Speaker of the Senate and tell him, we really have to make sure we keep the institutions working for what they should be doing, and your Senate should not be looking into Alexandre Benalla's activities because this was being now overseen by a formal investigation. So there is a lot of tension, and today was an important day for Alexandre Benalla, but also clearly for Emmanuel Macron. But in general, the senators were rather impressed by what they saw because they saw someone who really tried to explain in very, very precise details what he was up to.
And he has more questions to answer, doesn't he? Mark,
He will.
Mark Perlman, thank you very much for that.